Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another installment of Mr. Eric Reads. I hope that your Monday, a gorgeous Monday mind you, was awesome. And so I hope that you got a chance to go outside and play a little bit, get some fresh air in your lungs, get some exercise in while or after you did your Learn from Home assignment. Again, if you haven't reached out to your teachers or checked the district website, checked your teacher's website, your teacher's Facebook page, I encourage you to do so. I promise you there is ample, which means a lot, of great information out there that your teachers are really working hard to get out to you guys as we continue to tread through these unprecedented waters. But here today is a book by Karen Ackerman, and it's called The Song and Dance Man. And I think you guys will enjoy this story. So let's find out what happens in The Song and Dance Man by Karen Ackerman here. Where's it at? Mr. Eric Reads. Grandpa was a song and dance man who once danced on the vaudeville stage. When we visit, he tells us about a time before people watched TV. He called it back in the good old days, the song and dance days. Supper in an hour, Grandma will call from the kitchen. I wonder if my tap shoes still fit, Grandpa says with a smile, and then he turns on the light to the attic, and we follow him up the steep wooden steps. Faded posters of Grandpa when he was a young man hang on the walls. He moves some cardboard boxes and a rack of Grandma's winter dresses out of the way, and we see a dusty, brown, leather-trimmed trunk in the corner. As soon as Grandpa opens it, the smell of cedar chips and old things saved fills the attic. Inside are his shoes with silver half-moon taps on the toes and heels, bowler hats and top hats, and vests with stripes and matching bow ties. We try on the hats and pretend that we're dancing on the vaudeville stage, where the bright lights twinkle and the piano player nods his head along with the music. After wiping his shoes with a cloth, he calls a chamois, Grandpa puts them on. He tucks his small white pads inside his shoes so his corns won't rub. Those are little ouchies on your toes. And he turns on the lamps and aims each one down like a spotlight. He sprinkles a little powder on the floor, and now it's showtime. We sit on one of Grandma's wooden blankets, clap our hands, and call out, "Yay, Grandpa!" The song and dance man begins to dance the old soft dance. He moves his feet slowly at first, while his tap shoes make soft, slippery sounds like rain on a tin roof. We forget that Grandpa's dancing, and all we can hear is the silvery tap of 2 feet, and all we can see is a song and dance man gliding across the vaudeville stage. He says, "Hey now, watch this!" And he does a new step that sounds like a woodpecker tapping on a tree. Suddenly his shoes move faster and he begins to sing. His voice is as round and strong as a canyon echo, and his cheeks get as rosy as he sings Yankee Doodle Boy, a song he knows from the good old days. There are too many dance steps and too many words. Sorry, there was a bug on me. Too many words for us to remember. But the show is better than any show on TV. The song and dance man stops and he leans forward with a wink. "What's that in your ear?" he asks, and he pulls out a silver dollar from somebody's hair. He rolls his bowler hat down his arm and catches it in his hand and flips it back onto his head. "You know how to make an elephant float?" he asks. 1 scoop of ice cream, 2 squirts of soda, and 3 scoops of an elephant. We've heard that joke before. But the song and dance man slaps his knee and laughs until his eyes water. He tries to wipe them with a red hanky from his vest pocket, but the hanky just keeps getting longer and longer and longer and longer as he pulls it out. He looks so surprised that we started laughing too. And then it feels like the whole attic is shaking. Sometimes we laugh so hard, the hiccups start, and Grandpa stops to bring us a glass of water from the bathroom. Drink slow now and hold your breath. Otherwise, I'll have to scare you, he says. Once our hiccups are gone, he gets his gold-tipped cane and a black silk top hat from the trunk. He lowers his eyes and tips the hat, and he's standing very still. All the lights are turned low except for that one that shines on his polished tap shoes. It's the grand finale now, so the song and dance man takes a deep breath. He lifts his cane and holds it in both hands. Slowly, he starts to tap. His shoes move faster and faster, and the sounds coming from them are too many to make with only 2 feet. He spins and jumps into the air. Touching the stage again, he kneels with his arms spread out, and the silk top hat and gold cane lies side by side at his feet. His shoes are still, and the show is over. We stand up together and clap our hands, shouting, "Hooray, hooray, more, Dad, more, Grandpa, more, Grandpa!" But Grandpa only smiles and shakes his head. He is all out of breath. He takes off his tap shoes, wraps them gently in the chamois cloth, and puts them back in the leather-trimmed trunk. He carefully folds his vest and lays the top hat and cane on it, and we follow him to the stairway. Grandpa holds onto the rail as we go down the steps. At the bottom, he hugs us, and we tell him we wish we could have seen him dance in the good old days, the song and dance days. He smiles and whispers he wouldn't trade a million good old days for the days he spends with us. And as he turns off the attic light, Grandpa glances back up the stairs, and we wonder how much he really misses that time on the vaudeville stage, where he was a song and dance man. The end. The Song and Dance Man by Karen Ackerman, a great look into the extraordinary lives that our grandparents have lived and how much we can actually learn from them. So if you still have grandparents, I still wish I had mine. But if you do, take some time to get to learn their stories, learn what they went through, learn how they made it through, what challenges they faced, what triumphs they had. It's really cool stuff. You'll learn a lot, and hopefully you'll appreciate it as much as I learned when I got the chance to talk to mine. So happy Monday. Hope you guys crushed today. Come back again tomorrow. We'll have another story for our pre-K kinder friends in the mid-morning and another story for you guys in the afternoon. Please take care of yourselves, wash your hands, and no matter what, be kind to everybody that you speak to today. All righty. See you guys around.